paka paka wooka chiki 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 wooka paka waka waka wooka chiki 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 wooka paka.
Hi. So, a little disclaimer on this. This is not spoiler free. As in, yes, while most of what I'll be talking about is what happened within the episodes, I'll also make references to maybe some future episodes. Who knows? Maybe I'll talk about other things as well. Most of it will be about what's happening in the episode, but I might say, oh, well, we can see now why this person would win. So there's going to be spoilers with it. Or, wow, that isn't going to turn out very well. They're going to get voted out quite quickly, aren't they? So just be warned. You have been now. Okay, so it kind of starts. So it starts with like, here's the house, Julie speaking. What did I notice? Oh yeah, I got notes that I'll be looking at too. Competing for food, which goes around for actually most of the seasons, but it isn't there recent, so that's a little different. It's that. Oh yeah, 12 people. There's only 12 people. That's a bit small. It actually makes also why the season's shorter than how it is a bit now, where they decide to have it go on for a year. Feels like it. The house. The house is different to how it is. I don't know which one I like better. It actually feels like a house instead of... It actually looks like a house on the inside as opposed to, say, I don't even... like a camp? I don't know. Okay, so Monica, right? Monica, it's on. It's on, Monica. She totally has my favorite reaction to finding the key, you know, where it's, oh my god, here is this key. I didn't know this was here. All she did was just like, whoa! I didn't want to actually do what she did, but it was similar to that. Those other people was so bad, where it's, oh, whoa, this is so cool. Just, oh, I got the key. Could you sound more fake if you tried? I may as well just been in robot voice. Oh my god, this is so very exciting. May as well have just done that. I enjoyed Will's one. His little intro. What am I saying? Oh. Oh yeah. The introductions of themselves. Where it's like, hi, I'm Harley, and I like an adventure. Most of these sucked. Like Shannon's. Hi, I'm Shannon, and I'm the athlete. Okay? Like Will's, I very much liked. Talking about being on the border of confidence and cockiness, that was very nice. I also liked Justin's. I'm just incredible, and just in case you didn't know, now you do. See, most of those sucks, but a couple of them were in there weren't bad. They were nice. I liked some of them. I was kind of noticing, at this point, I kind of need to look down because, I mean, I've already watched, this is episode 1, but I've already watched episode 2 at this point, so I need to look down to remember everything. This might have just been me watching everyone walk in, but it did seem like Will had the most, like, presence about him. You have Boogie, who's just kind of dancing a little bit. He's nudging whoever it was he was nudging. So he's noticeable for, like, just moving. But Will didn't even have to do anything. He just walked in. And it's, yeah, I'm Will. And I'm awesome. Okay, so Nicole was the first to enter the house, which immediately ruined her chances of winning. So if we're looking for reasons as to what she could have done differently to win, don't go in the house first. Unless you're like Tamal from Celebrity Big Brother. Then you can enter first. Also, Will was the last to enter. So you have the final two being the first and the last. Something got solved. So Nicole, she gathers everyone together for a group of introductions. Shannon, the athlete, mentions of her "I am lion, hear me roar." And okay, damn, just okay. And so Nicole goes first. She's clearly very open, talking about being married for 2 months, Friday the 13th, and in her own words that she's a freak. And then the Mr. Bunky Funky Monkey, he's next, as Nicole called him. So he's actually much more reserved while he's talking, while stating he's married. Actually, I don't remember if he did or not. They might have just said, "Are you married?" And he's like, "Yeah." He didn't disclose his sexuality because it's 2001. He talked to DR about the other house guests, talking about his wife. He's like, I just don't think that my wife's name, Greg, is gonna work. Probably wouldn't have. Now, yeah, as I said, it was back in 2001. Homosexual marriage wasn't even legal countrywide until, what was it, like 2012? I think that's when it was. So anyway, Bunky kept it a secret. He mentioned he didn't want to lie while keeping the secret, so I see that as a bit of a grey area in honesty. Obviously it's due to the potential of somebody being prejudiced against gay people. Hi Kent, how you doing? And that they could possibly target him for that. I did mention Kent, and we'll get into him in a bit. Mr. Mike Boogie. And as I have here, and yes, this round table introduction where they're going around so much better than the "I'm Shannon and I'm an athlete." Because those sucked. Most of those. This was much more enjoyable. You're seeing the whole group together and it feels so much more real. Because it is more real. Yeah. All I have to say about Mike's one is Nicole is loud. She's very loud throughout this whole thing. This is a little different. It's not a natural reading of something that I'm just seeing what I've written here. Anyway, it's not as natural just reading what you wrote. Okay, so I tried to get this through this bit quicker. Autumn wants to suck Hardy's dick, as does Krista. Autumn also reveals having a 4-year-old kid. So there's that. Monica. She talks about helping women in welfare, which gets a nose, and that she's a good person. So that's a good start in terms of jury votes. Mike, Mr. Boogie. I actually found this as an interesting DR. He talked about Monica liking to hear herself talk. That she's similar to Nicole. And that they need to be careful because they're acting as if they're still in an audition process and not a game. The reason I found that notable is because I had just kind of taken the impression, because I haven't really seen BB2, that Mike was just there for fun and didn't really talk about things in game. So there's that. Mama Cheryl, 45, if I'm not mistaken, turns Will on. Cheryl, I also noted, was very open in her demeanor. Mainly it's very noticeable because of the cutbacks between her and Will, as Will, you can see him thinking. While others, very engaged in the sharing, the openness, he's just a little, yes. Okay, so Nicole does not like Justin. She turns him off. Oh, he doesn't like her as well. I've read that wrong a little. She talks about being embarrassed about taking a shit and changing her tampon, which raises Kent's eyebrow. Mine as well a little bit. We'll get to Kent in a bit, but first impressions for Nicole, they are key. And so far, she's doing very bad. very open. But when you're very open, you can take some hits. And not even 15 minutes into this yet, man. And as I said, you can see her being herself. Where she even said it in the beginning, I'm Nicole, and you're gonna love me or hate me. Yeah. And when you're in a house, loving strangers who are put together to cause entertainment and some conflict, like the Bunky and Kent. Yeah, you're gonna rub people the wrong way if you're a love me or hate me personality. It's a good chance that'll happen. Okay, so Mr. Kent. Mr. Kent's married with a couple of daughters. Krista has a child named Lakin. That's Lake with an N at the end. And now we get to Mr. Dr. Will. The Doctor. Which, Nicole asked if he's Doogie Howser. I have absolutely no idea who that is. Because I was like 2 when this aired. I'm guessing it's like a character, it's just like a TV character. That's my guess. Okay, so as Will talks, he's also showing that he's very brainy. It's not just what he's saying. I mean, he does mention law school and medical school. But also how he says it. There is a Krista diary room. And she's mentioning the gears in his head turning. So Will definitely puts himself off as a threat early on. Shannon. She models, runs boats, and she sells real estate. She's also an athlete. Now, as she's talking, I'm noticing that I am incredibly bored by her voice. At the same time, I'm thinking, even though I already know how this ends up, I'm thinking boring voice should make it quite fun. Nicole, she suggests everyone gets naked. Yes, while she can be annoying, she can also come up with some terrific ideas. Also, now I'm thinking about episode 2, where she then doesn't join the kissing game, but suggests that everyone gets naked. Okay? Yeah, I noted that Krista's actually pretty interesting to me so far. Because she's the one to mention the wheel's gears. And she also talks about it being a game. Maybe everyone kind of did. Anyway, yes, everyone did that. But I think she could be interesting in a way that I guess wouldn't really be expected coming in. Not really looking at Krista. You're like, okay, I'm going to look at... Okay, so we got Will, there's Nicole, there's Hardy, there's Mike Boogie, Bunky, Ken. Krista isn't a name to jump off. Oh yes! When they're in the DR and they're talking. They sound like real people. That's good. I like that. Feels like I'm listening to an actual person. As opposed to a... So, okay, this thing happened. Doesn't sound too dissimilar for me, but anyway. House guests go out to the basketball court. Which, that alone, I enjoyed there's a basketball court. So they go there for food competition. House guests have to fit themselves and all the groceries inside a car to win. The notable for me, as I try and clean my glasses a little, was that Justin annoyed a couple of people by sitting on them. Which, yeah, that can hurt, just annoying someone. It's just a little carelessness. Even if it's very small. Early on, anything to make you stand out negatively, yeah, it can go against you. It could be something you look back on and say, really? That? But anything. Second competition starts after they've succeeded this, and it's the last person left in the car gets to keep the car. Yay! So Nicole brought up the idea, last person in the car should be the first person voted out, which takes about everyone getting out of the car except Miss Cheryl, Kent, and I've got a 4-year-old Autumn, where Cheryl then gets out of the car after hearing Autumn and Kent sobbing. So she's gone. Monica And I'm not sure if Justin was or not, but at least Monica tried to help Autumn try and get Kent out of the car. Sort of saying, well, Autumn has it a bit worse than you. So how about that, Kent? Kent doesn't get out. Autumn does after it said 96 minutes, which I'm guessing is notable because everyone else got out in like within 5. Because she wanted to socialize. So Kent wins the car. He annoys people as well. So winning the car after someone says maybe we should vote the person to win the car, and his personality as well for just being a little grating for not perhaps giving Autumn the car. Yeah, you gotta think he has a bit of a target on him. Not just that, everyone except for Kent plays a truth or dare spin the bottle. They like meshing two things together and making that a game. Anyway, Will mentions that when someone sits out of the group activity, makes you wonder if you can count on them for the future. So Kent's target is getting bigger and bigger. This must be where Will gets the whole idea of, if I make the target so large, no one will come after me. Maybe he got it from Kent. Because Kent just keeps doing things to make him not one of us. Bunky was worried about to spin the bottle, because he doesn't feel like he also doesn't feel like he's lied, since he feels he's married. Justin joked about being gay, spooked the Kent on that one. People were wondering who the gay person was. Kent vented about homos. Bunky. Yeah. Also talked to Dia about liking Bunky. Okay. He pitched an alliance to Bunky. Also did the same thing with Justin as well. Hey, I'll give him this. I haven't really seen anyone else. I don't recall seeing anyone else pitch an alliance within the first 2 episodes. So much I've watched, as I said, as I'm doing this. Okay, what next? Oh yeah, Autumn's working on getting the Hardy dick. That's what it was. Okay, she got in bed with him. Hardy's not into her. He had a DR talking about how she doesn't love herself. He doesn't think she loves herself. So yeah, if that's his view of you, I don't see that going how you want, Autumn. Will actually mentions that his strategy had been turned upside down within 24 hours. Because he actually likes the people he's with. He thought they would be much more malleable. Shannon mentions bonding with the guys more than the girls up to this point. She says that girls are threatened by her for no reason. It's because you're hot. Maybe she's also a bitch. You don't know. So the HOH competition, the first one there is. Ow. Will is spun by a house guest as he won the car. Kent goes first, landing on 2 categories. It was sexiest and smartest, so he chose Cheryl and Will. Okay, so the majority choose who they'd like to be HOH. Will got eliminated first. So congratulations to Will. Throwing his first competition. Well done, well done. Off to a great start, Mr. Kirby. Oh yeah, I noted that Nicole was second out. So you got first and second place going out in first and second. That was that. Okay, so Mike, Boogie, and Cheryl are the last 2 here. They give some speeches. Boogie wins after rapping. I thought it was interesting that Cheryl was almost first head of household, because she ends up being the first person to be voted out. I know Justin gets expelled. I'm guessing that's episode 3. Haven't quite got to that. But Cheryl's first one voted out. Julie. Oh yeah, I was like, who's Julie? That's the host. She tells Mike he'll nominate 2 people for eviction. There's no veto either, so the initial nominees won't be coming off the block. Summarize, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the episode. Had a very enjoyable feeling to it. Felt like I was watching real people as opposed to what recent seasons feel like. Like, it feels very staged. The only thing I didn't like was the initial Meet the House guest. I'm an athlete. I like adventure. I'm only good when I'm bad. Oh yeah, BB2's a season that I haven't really seen much of. I've seen Will documentary. That's about it. So, I do have a bit of a blind eye when it comes to this season and watching what happens. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Okay, it's on to the next episode. Bye-bye.